the SculptTrainer, the multi-purpose Roman chair that's brand new from Life Pro. I hope you all had a great Christmas holiday, if that's what you celebrated. A lot of merriment with everybody, but we still got to get our workouts in. So I'm pretty, I'm always excited to show you guys workouts. I've been a trainer for 25 years, and I teach a lot of different things. And my brain and my body like to move in a lot of different ways. So all the great products we've been getting from Life Pro enable us to do that. And my husband just got back from the FedEx store where he got my poster laminated. So now I have it laminated. So like all my posters, I like to get them laminated so I can put them up to get some ideas. But don't worry about the poster right now. Today, I'm going to take you through a level 1 workout. So let me know if you got the deal on the SculptTrainer and if you got it yet, or if you're waiting for it, if Santa brought it for you. Let me also know where you're tuning in from. I have a lot of the equipment here, as you see, and this has just become a great little home gym. Even though this is my virtual training room, this is a perfect size room for a home gym. For anybody at any time. I'm only going to use one prop today. Notice I'm kind of fidgeting with this resistance band. I will be doing a level 2 workout tomorrow, next Wednesday, and I will use the adjustable dumbbells. Today I'm not going to. However, in level 1, you can use them. I'm going to use the resistance band instead. And if you don't have a band, just use isometric movement, meaning you're contracting the muscles and relaxing them. You really don't need weight, because something cool about the SculptTrainer is that we're using a lot of body weight. This particular product will really help you to improve your posture. It's going to help to strengthen your core and your back. It's going to do a lot of things, improve flexibility. But level 1, so I could take this up a notch, and I will show you some options, but I want to try to keep it basic. Okay, so keep your band handy. And if you have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to type them in the chat. I'll catch up with you later on and answer them. But if I'll answer them now if I can. So right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that my pad, for my hips is about hip height, where my crease is, and I'm going to tighten that up just to make sure it doesn't budge, okay? And I've got the bench flat. It has that option to do an incline, but I'm going to keep it flat for now. And it's super important that we warm up our spine a little bit. Now, what I really found pretty interesting about having the Roman chair, the SculptTrainer, is if you have a problem kneeling down, getting on your hands and knees, it's just a pain for you or it's more effortful, you can use the pad, the bench. So what we're going to do is a cat-cow. I'm going to give you a couple options, okay? I'm going to give you 2 options. This is going to be a workout, but it's also a training series as well. Option 1, you're going to kneel here, okay? You can put your hands on top, and all I want to do is just tuck and arch. So this is a really simple tuck and arch, okay? I just want to get my abdominals and my back muscles warmed up. If you find that you can go a little further on this, I'm going to have you come behind and put your feet on. Okay, so my back is nice and flat. My hands are here, and I'm going to tuck and arch. Okay, so you're going to do an exhale, tuck, tail down, belly in, head relax. Inhale, shoulders draw back, collarbones lift to the chin. I'm not popping my chin up. That would be too much. I'm just bringing my collarbones up. Exhale. And inhale. Knees are bent. Now, if you have a platform, you can certainly just go on your vibration platform, one of your platforms, and warm your spine up in a cat-cow. But if you don't, this is perfect. And I want to do about 5 to 8 reps, incorporating breath with the movement. We want to start from the get-go. Exhaling all the stale air. Inhaling. Bring more energy in. One more time. Exhale and inhale. So again, you could be on your hands and knees here, or you can go to the flat back. Now, what I want to do next is a squat, which is very cool. I'm going to move my chair on a lot so you can see the right angles. It's so light, right? It weighs like 20 pounds, so it's easy to move. So I think it's super important that we use the pad. It's very handy to have that pad in to support our back. My knees are wide, okay? And I'm actually, let me grab my band here. Okay, I'm gonna put my band here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and keep my thumbs on my shoulders. I'm gonna lift up. I'm kind of squeezing my thigh bones in toward the bench and lowering. Now you can also put your hands behind your head. I hold the band and lift and lower. Now my spine is long, and I want to make sure that and I just caught myself. I started leaning forward. I'm going to slide up and slide down and find that pad, okay? I'm getting more glutes here as I rise up and lower down. Use the breath. Exhale and inhale. Let's go for 4. Knees wide, toes wide. 3. Real important we get all these joints warmed up before we do some of the extension and flexion that this chair is designed for. Last one. Good. Okay. Now, pretty cool that I find most people hate lunges. Well, I love lunges, but they're hard on knees for a lot of people. I'm going to use your bench to show you a split lunge. Now, in level 2, this won't be so easy, but let me show you this. I've got my thigh on the chair. I've got my toes lifted, and I'm just going to come up and down. This is not a big move, right? I'm just lifting. I'm using the back leg. I've got great alignment here. You can put your hands behind your head, lower and lift. So my left hip is getting the stretch. My left glute is feeling the contraction. I don't have any joint pressure in my knee. Let's go for 5 and 4, 3. Abs are pulled in tight. 2 and 1. Great. And then you're going to switch it out. So I'll show you this side. So again, you can see I'm pretty far back here. Now I've got this, my pelvis is rested, right? And I've got a big stretch. Right here is a stretch. Foot down, okay? Get in a good position. Notice your hips, they don't dip. And you're going to come up and down. So I don't have to do that big 90-90 move that we'll do in a more aggressive lunge, if you will. I'm holding my belly to make sure that's pulled in. I've got the collarbones lifted. My shoulders are down. My hands can go behind the head if I want to just keep my alignment. But I want to feel this bum, this glute tighten, and this hip flexor stretch. 3 and 2. So this is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make is they don't go wide enough with their lunges, okay? They'll kind of lean forward. But see how upright I am? So what I've just done is really warm up my hips. Now, what I love about having the bench, which is different than other Roman chairs, we have a bench. I could use it to kind of add more to my training, okay? So I did squats, but I need to work the sides of the hips. So we're going to go into, come onto the bench, right? My knees are side by side, and I just want to get my knee out and in. Now, if you don't like this flat back, if this is too much, you can be here and knees go out and in. This way you're not kneeling on the ground. The pad is nice and soft. You're going to push out and in. And I'm going to do it here because I kind of like this better. Let's go for 5. Pull the chin in. 4. My shoulders are braced. 3, 2, and 1. And we'll do the other side. So I'm going to turn this around real quickly so I can show you that side. At a different angle maybe. Okay. Long spine. I'm in the out and back in. Breath is strong here. Looking at my Life Pro logo. Let's go 4 more. Out wide and in. 3, 2, and 1. Now, I love bigger hip circles. So you can actually stand here, right? And you can make your circles out this way. I'm going to go one option. Or you can go like this. Here's another, okay? So let's do this for 5, 4, 3. I'm trying to keep my body square. 2. And then I'll reverse it. 5, 4. Just a few, just getting some mobility. 3, 2, and 1. Let's go to the other side. So again, I can just have my leg out and make circles, but I'm going to go into my full circle. I'll show you from the front. Okay, I'm going to bring my knee in. I'm going to come up and around. Great for the hip mobility, no matter what age you are, what your fitness level is. Hip mobility is huge for us. 5 the other way. Quality move. So it'd be, as beginners, 5 to 8 reps would be sufficient. 1 to 2 sets, maybe 3 if you have the time, and last one. So I'm pretty warmed up in my hips. They feel really pretty good to go further. So now I'm going to go into a kneeling lateral row with the band. I adjusted my height. Let's see, kneeling row. Actually, not in kneeling row. I'm going to go hinging row. So I'm going to come over, okay, here. Here's my hip hinge. And I'm just going to roll my elbows up and down. Now, let me make a few pointers here. Belly in, hip hinging, tucking the chin in. I'm going to pull wide. Now, you can add the band to this if you want. You're going to pull the band apart and stretch. Pull it apart. Again, 5 to 8 reps. Pull. Two more. I'd like you to feel your shoulder blades drawing into center and the belly stays in. And 1. You might have found a stretch in your hamstrings at the same time. Okay? And I'm going to counter that with a push-up. How cool is this that I can do a push-up without coming onto the floor? Okay? So I'm going to move my chair a little bit so you can see. My hands are going to be wide. Okay? Actually, let me show you this angle. Yeah. Thumbs are pointing in. And you can go into a plank, you're on your toes, and the elbows bend. So instead of coming onto the floor or going on to do wall push-ups, this gives me the right angle for my elbows out to the sides. I'm using my core on this. I'm definitely getting chest muscles. I can feel a little shaking the pecs. Let's go for 4. Don't lock your elbows out at the top here. Soft bend. 3. Breath is important. 2. And 1. And then you can just bend your knees and just get a nice little stretch. So I worked some back muscles and chest muscles in those 2 exercises. And now we're going to go into a row. Okay, so I will use the band on this. This is a lateral row as opposed to a rear deltoid. These are your deltoids, rear deltoids. I'm going to do a lateral row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kneel on the bench, okay? I'm going to put the band is going to be held with my thumb. Hopefully that doesn't bother you. And I'm just going to pull, okay? So I'm just going to pull in and up. I'm just driving my elbow to my rib. Now, if you have weights, you can add the weight. You can bring the weight up and down. But again, this is level 1, so I just want to keep it with range of motion and really good form. Let's pull for 4, 3. Now we're going to add on from this. You're going to hold it. I'm going to put my hand on the band just to give me a little more security here. I'm going to kick back. So I've got a tricep kick back. The wrist is straight. Push it out. Exhale all your air. And here's 4, 3. Notice my chin's not dropped. I'm not extending out. And last 1. Okay, so tricep and lat, and we'll do the other side. And yep, I'm going to flip it around so you guys can see me from this view. Okay. So I put my knee on and I put my hand on. I'm going to pull. There's my range. That's my pull line. You need more resistance, just choke up on it. I'm going to pull up and down. Long in my spine. I think I'd give you a better angle of my spine because spine angle is super important on this stuff. Okay, that's better. Okay, back flat. And give it a nice big pull. Make it come from your armpit. Draw the shoulder blade back. Elbow to hip. And And this is really nice on my knees. I don't have to be on the floor. 3, 2, and 1. We take that right to a tricep kickback, we call it, okay? And you're gonna kick back and in. So I just stop at 90 degrees and kick it back. These are tough, so you might want to have a lighter band. This is the medium band. You can go with that lighter band on this if you want. 4. The whole idea about a tricep extension is to extend that arm straight. That's where you work the range of motion. It's not about how much you bend it. Last 2. And last 1. Great. And just shake it out. So I'm just giving you a quick little idea. If you don't want to do tricep kickbacks for whatever reason, you have the ability to do a tricep push-up. And you see, once again, I'm going in a very small range of motion. You don't have to go far in this. And what's nice is I got my shoulders. Let me get closer. The pad will touch my shoulders. My shoulders touch the pad. I don't go too far. And then I'm also in a plank, so I've got core muscles working, abdominals and glutes. Well, I got my triceps to kick in, right? Let's do about 4 more of these because I just supersetted the triceps. 3. Bend and straighten. 2 and 1. So gentle on the wrists with the pad, so I love that. So go ahead and stretch it out. Grab onto your elbows, bend a little side to side because we are going to be doing some side bending next. Okay, roll the shoulders out. Actually, I want to do some biceps before I do side bends. Throw this in. So I think Debbie was demonstrating a little bit about preacher curls. And again, you don't have weights, no worry. The band is very helpful on this. So what I like is I can kind of rest my elbows on and just simply bend and straighten my arms, isometric contraction. Or I can do a single preacher curl by coming up and down. Now I'm going to do a hammer curl. My thumb is pointing in. That's one option to do a hammer curl. Or I can have palm facing up. Watch the wrist, super important. Pull up and down, up. So I'm not even gripping anything, right? You see my fingers? I'm not gripping that band. It's in the palm of my hand. And I contract, get the belly of the muscle to really feel it, and go full length in this, all the way down, all the way up. 2 more, please. And 1 more. And the other side. So what's really cool is I'm pushing down, and my tricep is working on this side while I either do my hammer curl or my palm to my pinky finger. Think pinky finger to shoulder. Okay, keep the wrist straight. You can see a little bit of my bicep contracting. Yeah, I think the shadows of my light in here, you can see it. Okay, nice long spine, belly pulled in. I'm hinging from the hips. And let's go about 4 more. Go nice and slow. What I also like about resistance bands, you can find that belly of the muscle and just pump the belly of the muscle. Or you can go low range, right? You can do a set of 7 reps that way. You can go top range, do 7 reps this way. Do the middle range, and that's called 21s. Okay, great, and release. Okay, now I'm going to stretch these biceps out. Fingertips into the pads, shoulders down, and now I'm lengthening all those muscles I just worked, and getting a nice stretch in my wrists. I really try to incorporate stretch, strengthen many times when I am working with clients, because sometimes you run out of time and you leave and you haven't stretched. So I want to make sure I stretch these muscles before I go on. Okay, now the fun begins. We're going to go to a side bend. Now, super important, guys, quality or quantity. Especially if you're not, guys more than women, in my experience with training, women have a little more bendability, guys not so much. So find your diagonal line, okay? Band could be behind your head because that's going to keep you honest about your head. And just find that diagonal. So you're going to bend over. My hip is well anchored and my head and my arms stay in alignment, okay? Now you're going to feel that this side pulling up. Now you can counter it with a side stretch that way, but the head stays in line with the spine. So here's an exhale. Inhale, stay. Exhale, pull it up. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Inhale, stay. Exhale, bend. Okay, so I'm doing a full side bend. Take it over. Now, certainly you can add weight to this. I'm not going to today. Level 2, we will. Your head weighs 8 to 10 pounds. So that's enough weight for right now. But I want the head in line with the spine. Now, if you want to be pretty sure your abs are pulled in, so put your hands in and then take one hand on the abs and feel that line of pull. Exhale. You can feel those obliques working on this side. You feel them on this side. There's the stretch. Now, if it feels really good, like you got this, we can add rotation. So I'm going to go ahead and bend. I'm going to rotate. I'm going to derotate and stretch, okay? Let me show it with hands behind the head. This is not big, guys. Side bend. Rotate shoulders. Derotate shoulders. I don't want my hips to move, okay? I'm only going to do, that was 2. I'll do 3 more. Side bend and exhale, rotate. Inhale and exhale, okay? Let's do it again. Side bend. I'm not going as far as I did on that first set. I rotate. I derotate. Last one. Boy, I can feel this. Side bend. There's a little contraction. I'm rotating from thoracic and lumbar. Derotate and back. Perfect. Okay. Before I go any further, I'm going to do the other side. So I'm going to show you from the back on this. So I won't be facing camera. I hope my form is just as good on that side. I'm a little more bendier on this side, so you might see a difference. But let me do it. The outside leg is in front. Okay. I'm standing on the seams here. Okay, my hips are squared. Hands go behind the head. And here's my side bend. I'm going to come up and then counter it. Breathe in. Pushing the head back. Exhale. Inhale, stay. Exhale, bring it up and over. And exhale all the way. Inhale, feel the contraction and the stretch, and bring it back up. We're going to do, that's 3. We're going to do just about 2 more, and then I'm going to add on. Take a breath, hold that, and bring it back up. 2 more. Back to center. Here's the side bend. There's the hold. Then there's the work. And 1 more. Lengthen. Flex. Stay. And back. Adding twist to this. So I'm going to side bend. I'm going to rotate. This is my more rotation side. And back. Side bend. Rotate. And again, put my hand behind my belly, on my front of my belly, and rotate. But I don't feel that as much. I like this arm out. And back. Let's do 3 more. Give me a side bend. Legs nice and strong. Rotate. Back and down. Last 2. From the middle of the spine. And last one. There. Excellent. So a lot right in here. This is where you should be feeling mostly. Okay. Now from here, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do a roll down with, in Pilates roll downs, we usually stand on these, but here's kind of a cool thing that I found in playing is that you have a lot more stability. My butt is against the pad. My shins are against the knee pads, right? Okay. Can you see that? I'll make sure this is out of the way so you can see my knees. Yeah. Okay. So I've got a long spine here. Okay. Let's start with the knuckles under the chin. You're going to flex over and restack. Thoracic flexion. I'm flexing over. Okay. I'm not dumping. I'm in my upper body and I extend. Okay. I keep my pelvis neutral. This is like doing a crunch, right? And then back. It is a crunch. It's almost a standing crunch. I'm not jamming my chin. I'm just letting my head pour over my knees. I'm going to feel a little stretch back here, but I want my abs to restack me. Your pelvis is in perfect position. It can't move around at all. The spine is neutral. And then feel that roll up. I love these. And when you're in a hurry and you want to do some ab crunches and you don't want to get down on the floor, feel navel pulling up into the spine and then the restack there. One more time. Pull the ribs down, draw them down. Breathe in and restack. So that's a way to do a standing crunch. Okay? Yeah, Kelly, I know I'll tell you, this is a great product. I don't know what your fitness level is, but from beginner to advanced, it's solid, it's sturdy. I'm very, very, very impressed with this. I can't believe I have one now because it's a really asset personally and professionally to me. Okay, so now I'm going to do a seated rotation. Okay, so in my seated rotation, I'm going to be going to come into here. Now this is kind of interesting, okay? I'm not going to need the band for this. I'm just here, and I'm going to do a little bit of extension. So my ribs are supporting. I got a back extension. Okay, there's my back extension. So see that first, okay? All my whole core, my pelvis and my spine supported so I can get extension. And I don't have a lot of extension. Some people, if you are a big swimmer, so this is my extension. Okay, I'm supporting my head, so I'm not throwing my head back. Okay, so start with an extension, and then I'm going to rotate and extend and rotate. Now, I'm not twisting my hips. I have my feet anchored. I have my back anchored, so my rotation is totally legit. I come up and I rotate. I'm not crunching. So what I like, Kelly, about this is it really keeps, I'm going to say it keeps you an honest exerciser. Your body's not cheating, okay? I can really get that. Now I can actually add the band to this, right? Hold and then rotate. But I keep the band at my chest and my elbows rotate. You're going to see from the front, or actually let me show you from the front here. My rotation. Spine rotation, shoulder rotation is not very big, right? So I'm going to extend back. I'm going to come in and rotate, right? Extend and rotate. A lot of back muscles are working. Okay, so I don't want to discount this. This is an important exercise for us, because you're leaning back, you want to get some out of the back seat. You want to be able to get the turn from here so you're not in your shoulder. Okay, so I just wanted to throw that one into you guys. Seated rotation with extension. You don't have to extend, but I think that little extension is very helpful. Okay, it just gives me all the back support I need. And then I come up and then I rotate. I'm not bringing my elbows. My elbows are wide. So guys, listen to my cues. They're super important. Okay, so now we're going to do some ab flexion extension. This is what most people do use on this chair. Notice I'm kind of saving this till the end of the workout because I want to make sure my spine feels pretty flexible. I've been pretty warmed up. I want to make sure my glutes are really warmed up. I just don't want to get on this chair and start side bending and flexing, extending without proper warm up because then you're going to hurt yourself. You're not going to like it. You're going to be like, oh, I don't like this, and you'll never use your chair. So use it. It's very multi-purpose. Now, when I do ab crunches, I'm going to have this down a little bit lower, but I want to do they're called hypers. In the gym world, they're called hyper extensions. And I did a little bit before. I just did it stationary. I did earlier in this workout, I did these rows here. I did these guys, right? Now, we're going to add on. So, we come up, belly's pulled in. Knuckles under the chin, drop down hinge, and extend. I'm not throwing myself in my back. Okay, you are really not only going to work your glutes, but there's a muscle right in the sacrum area called the multifidus. There's muscles down here. We're really working multifidus. And you know what? My physical therapist told me my multifidus are weak. So she's like, do hyperextensions. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm glad you said that because I just got a Roman chair. She's like, perfect. Try not to let your glutes do the work. Make your right and the belly button, make that do the work. So that's a different thought for a different day. So most of you guys will feel glutes That will be your focus, to squeeze your glutes. My focus is to feel these back muscles right in here contracting. So my abs have to work. Hands here, short, less lever here, meaning less weight. If you start feeling really good, you can have hands here. There's more weight that you've got to really work on. Okay, shoulders relax. Now, I'm not doing flexion in this one. It's totally extension. Okay, I'm flexing at the hips and I'm extending. Okay, let me do one more. Breathe in, pull the belly in, exhale and extend. 5 reps, 8 reps. You start feeling the muscles, take a break. Okay, don't overwork it. But now we're going to counter that with some ab flexion. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly, super easy to change out. I'm going to show you from the side. And again, guys, if you are just beginning your exercise program and you are not strong in this lower core area, lower core, hear me say that because you have middle core, upper core. If you're in the lower section, less is really more. Okay, I'm putting my toes here. I've got hip flexion. I don't know if I'll use this band or not, so I'm going to keep it hooked up here just for now. Long spine, roll back, lift. You might be familiar with this term, pelvic tilts, roll, and lift. You can feel the sharp points of your sitting bones, okay? Move the fleshy area, I call that the treasure in the trunk, and roll and lift. Get real comfortable with this concept, roll and lift. Now, some people will hinge back. That would be more, for me, a level 2, to do the hinge, okay? Not to say you shouldn't. I want you to feel the flexion and extension because we're going to add on to that. So about 3 more. Exhale, let the chest lift. Remember, you can tuck the chin. I got about a fist distance. I'm not jamming. Tuck. That keeps you, again, honest. You can also have hands behind the head. I think that might be helpful too, but check this out. Now that I've warmed my spine up, okay, I always want you to get to that full lift. Find neutral. Always find neutral. That's how your body is designed to move, in neutral. Not to be hunched over. We do that enough. Not to be blowing the belly out. Now I'm going to add my arms. So I'm going to use my band here. Shoulders are down. Okay, I know that chin nod is only a fist distance. Take a breath in and then exhale. Roll down only as far as you feel comfortable. Pull apart and lift. Now I'm going to add on to, I'm going to roll and then pull the belly in and lift. Exhale and inhale. I may get where my sacrum is flat here. I think today I will because my spine's pretty happy. Shoulders are down. I'm going to tuck and lift. My arms are in front, right? Tuck. And this might help me to lift up a little. That's okay. And lift. 2 more. All the air out. And in. And 1 more. And in. Great. So you're going to go ahead and come out of there. And what I want to do is add a little stretching from here. So let's just go ahead and come into a plank. I'm opening up my hips, okay? I want to feel that. You can add your tricep push-ups again while you're opening up the hip flexors, okay? But here's another cool thing I just kind of discovered, okay? So if I come onto my hands here and my hips here, okay, into this position where I can lift one leg, so my knees down, I can lift, okay? This is keeping my hips stable, and I'm just doing a thigh lift. It's kind of what I just did for those hypers, okay? But now I'm just extending the hip. Shoulders are down, abs are pulled in, I'm pushing away, so it's almost like doing a plank, but I'm not as weighted because my knee is on the bench, okay? So I'll do a few of those. I'm not coming up high, I'm just reaching out, long spine, and other side. After that rounding and hip flexion and ab contraction, this kind of gets me back into neutral again. And I like my hips are stable. They're not rocking. This is a great hip flexor stretch and glute contraction. Just about 5 and release. So now I don't feel all rounded over. I kind of lengthen my spine. Flexion, extension, contraction, release. So we'll go into a figure 4, just having a seat here. Sit nice and tall. Okay, find neutral pelvis, neutral spine, and then hinge. I'm not looking for anything big. Okay, so I'll show you from the side. This is always done so wrong. I see people rounding their back. Okay, so I'm just hinging forward. My hips are back. This is a posture tool. And for all the Pilates I've taught over 20 years, it's the number one thing that keeps me in business with my clients. A lot of their aches and pains come from poor posture. So I feel that if I can get you to strengthen your core and improve your posture, you can pretty much do everything that you need to do in life. But if the posture is off, your balance is off. So I just did my glutes, okay? We're also going to do a hamstring stretch. So if your posture's off, your body is going to compensate somewhere. It has to. It's just the nature of gravity. Okay, you can go ahead and put a leg up here, and there's your hamstring stretch. Okay, stand up nice and tall. I don't have to bend over. I just want to lengthen the belly of the muscle. I can bend this knee and get more stretch. Okay, just pulling back, breathing in, breathing out. Foot is flexed. Alignment is everything, neutral posture. And then switch. I'm going to show you another one you can do too. Okay, you can put your knee against her if you're not feeling stable. Okay, put your knee there, that'll help you. Ooh, this side's a little tighter today. There's always one side. I'm always checking. I have my hands on my hips to check where my hips are. I'm going to bend the knee. That feels like a little tight, so I'm going to lengthen it out. I'm going to bend it, give it a break, lengthen it out, bend it again, and lengthen it out. Now, another hamstring stretch, I just kind of figured this one out while I was on here. You can have one leg up and just stretch that leg up. Exhale and lift. My quad is working, kind of a nice quad. Quad strengthener. If you got some knee problems, this is a perfect machine for this. Or perfect piece of equipment. It's not a machine. Would you consider a machine? No, it's not. It doesn't have any motor to it, so I guess it's not a machine. Up. Sitting tall. Exhale. A lot of hip flexion here. Quad working. Big stretch. So anyhow, let's go ahead and just do a nice big stretch over, a little side bend. I'm going to find my pad and get a nice stretch because I work in my obliques. Oh, open that side of the body up. Bring it back. A little bit of rotation, lifting the chest, rolling that back shoulder in. And then other side, swivel around. Side bend over. And lengthen. Watch your head. Just open things up here. Bring it back up. And then rotate. Roll the shoulder back. I'm pushing away. Hips are level. So that was level 1 SculptTrainer workout today. I hope it was helpful for you. Please, again, if you have any questions, type in the chat, private message me. I think we're putting all these videos on YouTube, but right now they'll be on the VIP page of our Life Pro VIP, which is such a helpful resource for all of us to help each other to live a fit life. Join me next Wednesday. It will be the new year, and we'll go to a level 2, a little more intense workout. I showed you 15 exercises today. Yes, 15 of them within about 30 minutes that you can do. I'm going to add weights, the adjustable dumbbell weights for our level 2 workout. And man, it's just so much fun being able to show you how to move your body with proper alignment form so you can move with ease and grace throughout the rest of your day. I want to wish you all a very, very happy new year with lots of prosperity, of good health and love and abundance. I'm so grateful to be able to serve the community, Life Pro community. So I'll be seeing you guys really soon. Bye for now.